Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, LMG here. And today we're actually going to be talking about Star Wars The Force Awakens. A little blog. We're going to be shooting back and forth across the movie, talking about every individual character. So this won't go down chronologically. I'm going to hop back and forth a little bit. But if you're watching this video and you haven't watched Star Wars The Force Awakens, or any Star Wars movie whatsoever, please go turn yourself into local law enforcement. I'm kind of kidding. But yeah, there's no reason you shouldn't go see this movie. My overall opinion, pretty good. As a Star Wars junkie, a couple qualms about the movie, but we'll talk about that. One thing I would highly recommend, if you've already watched Star Wars The Force Awakens or haven't yet already, go check out Star Wars Lost Stars by Claudia Gray. Really, really good book. Gives us a little bit of the Empire's perspective, leading into the First Order, and then explaining why there's a giant Star Destroyer crashed on Jakku. Okay, let's start off first. In a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, yes, we have the Resistance. The Resistance, which is pretty much just Republic, ex-Republic on leave, I believe, because Galactic Senate, once again, it's the government for you. It's the government. You know, the government's never going to be useful. Yeah, they've already, the New Republic already locked in the Senate. They're not going to help out. They don't want to go to war. That's too much work. It's too much work. Yeah, so they actually, probably just everybody's on vacation. They took administrative leave. Yeah, you see Admiral Akbar, General Leia, the whole new Rogue Squadron crew. Yeah, they're all assembled for that. Well, we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Yeah, and of course now the First Order, the new regime of the Empire, they've started to pull themselves back together. There was a lot of infighting, people declaring themselves warlord. Sadly, that the extended universe got renamed to Star Wars Legends by Disney. So some of that stuff, it's still valid, but it may or may not have happened. Just as long as it doesn't affect the movie, it's okay. But yeah, so no Admiral Thrawn, none of that good stuff. But it couldn't have happened. I'm not really sure about that. But yeah. Okay, so then we pop down to Jakku. Big gigantic Star Destroyer on there, because they get that from the book. Pretty awesome stuff in that book. But yeah, when she does meeting up, let's talk about Poe Dameron. Poe Dameron, I was almost a love-hate with that guy. It was almost a love-hate. But he's kind of like a guy like he should be in like a 70s porn movie, delivering a pizza. That's kind of the look I got from him. But overall, he did pretty good. Just like Wedge, young Rogue Squadron pilot, cocky, good humor, pretty good. They actually were going to originally kill him off, but they talked about, and eventually, Abrams changed his mind, so he actually does come back in the series. Really like Poe Dameron and his meeting with that. He didn't really ever give her name, but he was, I would guess, some ties with Alderaan nobility, something in the Senate. Yeah, just some vital information on Luke Skywalker, because this movie's pretty much about finding Luke Skywalker, because nobody else except one guy can save the entire universe. We're like, we can't defeat one Sith. It's just, he believes the same as everything else. That's all I got to say. But, okay, next thing we'll talk about is the attack on that little settlement and an introduction of Finn. Until the really end, I really, really just hated his performance. It wasn't that it wasn't bad, but he was really just trying to overdo it, I think. He was really just trying to overdo it. Yeah, his performance, he just was really just coming on too strong. When the stormtroopers attacked that settlement, and that just brings me to another point. Stormtrooper aim in this movie, a little better. They're getting better. Obviously not the clones anymore, even though in the Clone Wars they had awesome aim. Also in the Clone Wars series, if you've never seen that animated series, pretty good also. But yeah, but their tactics, it seemed like, they're no longer cloned. They're abducted. They're taken when they're very young. Just raised nothing but training for the Empire, and the Empire's loosening the restrictions a little bit because they do have a female stormtrooper commander now. So they're getting less sexist and less racist. I mean, still anti-alien, but they're getting better. But yeah, they're just running around. A couple people go that way. A couple people that go this way. Let's just start firing randomly. I mean, it's a little much, but yeah, Finn, minute that he starts firing, one of his teammates goes down, cracks under the pressure. He's already freaking out. He did used to work in sanitation, so Stormtrooper, maybe that wasn't for him. Maybe he should have stuck in sanitation. I don't know. But yeah, so he just calls it quits after that fight. He's like, I don't know. I thought we were just going to be nice to people. Apparently, I guess he's never heard of the Empire before. But yeah, crazy. Overall, I really just I warmed up to him in the end. He was just really trying too hard, 2/3 through the way through the film. I didn't really enjoy his interaction with Rey. It was just he was just trying too hard. I mean, maybe he just tones it down. I think he's just maybe just nervous. I mean, God, I would be. Yeah, you screw it up, you're harmed for life. But overall, I think, yeah, he did pull it off in the end. I mean, let me know what you guys think in the comments, but overall, I think he did okay in the end. But yeah, let's go, we'll get back to him in a second. I'm going to talk about Rey. Rey, overall, I think she just stole the show. Best performance in Star Wars The Force Awakens. Overall, just, yeah, she nailed it throughout the entire thing. Just wonderful acting. Definitely going to take the Skywalker reigns, as it were, I believe. Yeah, she's just really good overall. Just starting out as a little scavenger on Jakku, you do see her scavenging parts for, the rations that you get throughout that Star Destroyer. Then she heads back to her crappy little home, as it were. And I do apologize if I do go back and forth, but I'm just talking about character-wise. Until she does meet up with BB-8, which BB-8 I thought was kind of adorable. I think a definitely welcome addition. Though I kind of did miss that we do actually eventually on. You do see C-3PO and eventually R2-D2, but he was a nice little addition. Don't see him a whole lot, but he does add a nice little robotic touch to the series. Yeah, but eventually Rey does come into her force powers a little bit, and just does start to pull it off in the end. We'll talk about the first thing. The first thing, when eventually we'll skip ahead a little bit from when they get off of the planet Jakku in the Millennium Falcon. Let's talk when they get to that forest kind of pirate haven outpost. One thing I also want to discuss: J.J. Abrams, would it killed us? Did we not have enough in the budget? I mean, Star Wars has already made like $1 billion. Maybe just label the planet we're on, where we're at, just in the bottom left. I mean, we do that on you do that on Star Trek all the time. Star Trek movies, yeah, just save me from having to go to Wikipedia to figure it out. I mean, I knew a lot of the planets, but it would be occasionally just to not have to look that up. It would be kind of nice. But that's just my beef. It's such a petty beef. It was a really good movie. But yeah, when she does find Luke Skywalker's his old lightsaber, she does have some Force visions. So I do want to just a potential future spoiler, but I really do think she is Skywalker's daughter, because when she does. See, once again, I'm skipping ahead. When her and Mark Hamill, by the way, man, does he make like a ton of money for not saying anything? He's in the movie for about 10, 15 seconds, maybe 20 at the most. Probably made like $2 or $3 million off that at least. Probably more. Royalties, all that. Man, J.J. Abrams, can I get that kind of gig? Can I just, heck, I'll just sit in the back. That's just what I'll do. Yeah, pretty high billing, and just, don't get me wrong, I love Mark Hamill. Gonna be in Star Citizen. He's an awesome Joker. Yeah, totally love Mark Hamill. He is awesome. But yeah, I do believe he is Luke Skywalker and Mara Jade's daughter. Because I do believe we'll talk about Kylo Ren. He's got emo Kylo Ren on Twitter. Yeah, I do talk about him in a second here. Yeah, but I do believe he is Mara Jade. If you don't know Mara Jade, secret hand of the Emperor. You actually have to go in the extended universe a little bit. But eventually first off, she tries to kill Skywalker, and eventually she does turn to the light side. They fall in love. Yeah, they do fall in love, and they eventually do have a child. Though I don't believe it was Rey in the extended universe. I didn't keep up kind of near the end of it. The Young Jedi Academy. Yeah, but they get married, they fall in love. Yeah, timeline, we still haven't quite figured it out. And this movie is a little bad for explaining the last 20 years. They're like, stuff happened. And I'm like, I guess, because it's kind of hard to cram all that in a couple hours. It would just been nice to take like 5 minutes, just explain what's been going on in the universe. But hopefully we'll get more into that in the second film. Maybe we can slow it down a tad. But they're just, J.J. Abrams, action. Let's go. Yeah, it's kind of does he does do in the Star Trek a little bit. But yeah, but I do believe they had a child. She possibly could have been pregnant because right around Kylo Ren, Rey, they're close to the same age. She might be a little younger. I believe she's probably a couple years younger. So what I believe is maybe she was pregnant during the massacre on Yavin 4 with the Jedi Academy and Kylo Ren. Maybe that's what she got. And maybe Mara Jade left with the young daughter, dropped her off on Jakku. That does seem kind of a cruel thing to do, like maybe get relatives somewhere, but just dropping off, sell them to somebody into slavery. Maybe that's a little much. But I do believe it is possible. Definitely could. I definitely think it is Skywalker's kid. Because even when she does, when her and Carrie Fisher hug, you definitely feel like a family bond. And she's got Skywalker blood in her. And you definitely think if, they had had a secret child, you think maybe Carrie, some of them would have recognized Han Solo, they would have felt something. But she definitely did feel a family bond from that, so I do believe she is the daughter of Skywalker. And then let's get to top it back a bit, talk some more about Rey, because she did kind of steal the show. That fight with Kylo Ren near the end, overall, really, really good. She had really, really good. That was an awesome lightsaber battle. She actually has a couple of them. Pretty good. She's really coming into her force powers on her own at the end, and just Kylo Ren not having a ton of training, just pretty much just getting his ass handed to him. They do manage to go reach kind of a stalemate. Going back to the drawing board, Kylo Ren. Okay, once we talk about Finn, yeah, Finn overall, I think he tried a little too hard, but I think he's going to really come to his own in the second film. We talked about Poe Dameron. Yeah, let's talk about a little about Han Solo. Han Solo back up to his wily ways. And I did really love when they found the Millennium Falcon on Jakku. I did really love when they found that. They did throw a lot of nostalgia, because Jakku, kind of homage to Tatooine, kind of how the film started. And finding the Millennium Falcon, taking off, getting out in a tearing escape from the Empire. Yeah, much a throwback to the New Hope again. And just all the little knickknacks and stuff. Like the jack table, the training droid for Luke's lightsaber training, all the kind of little things they found, and even the hiding in the cargo hold when they do get captured by the Empire later. Yeah, even getting in the cargo hold was pretty awesome. It's all just all throwbacks like, hey kids, you remember this? I'm like, yeah. Just hopefully we don't see that too much of that in the second movie, because I feel like they try to do a lot of that. Yeah, Han Solo did. Yeah, Harrison Ford. His last gig, sadly, much more spoilers for Star Wars. Though he might actually, I've heard they say, might be some flashbacks and stuff in the second one, probably in the third one. Get a little bit more out of him. Maybe it goes back and explains some more stuff that was going on before the first movie. Would be a little nice. Get Harrison some more screen time. But yeah, I think he did a really, really good role. Classic Han Solo, always up to no good. Though him and Leia did split up. Yeah, I do eventually think it'd fall out. Though originally in the extended universe they did have 3 children. So I'm going to imagine either they just had the one in this story, or the other two children were at the Jedi Academy and got slain. But yeah, when Kylo Ren turns to the dark side, slaughter at the Jedi Academy, that kind of much just, they just can't cope. So they break up. She stays in her job at the Republic. And Harrison Ford, Han Solo goes back to his wily ways when they do find him. Yeah, he's got some kind of smuggling game going, of course. Cheating over a couple parties, and that's when those two meet. They find him. He gets back inside the Millennium Falcon again, and just gotta be amazing. Yeah, she's definitely got some Skywalker blood in her. Definitely, because she just picks up on that ship stuff right away. I'm like, she's got it all down, all the mechanics, all the parts. Very much a space pilot. Like her father, like I say, I think. Yeah, pretty awesome. He did have a great, great role. Chewbacca back in there, pretty awesome. But let's skip ahead to the main part. That long walk, which is much akin to Empire Strikes Back, on that long walkway, when he's trying to talk Kylo Ren into coming back to the light side, which was kind of a spoiler anyway, because you see him walking up there on that long bridge. I'm like, oh, he's dead. He's so dead. That's what I thought. I'm like, I kind of did. I did tear up. I'll admit it. I lost my man card. I did tear up a little bit. I think it was more the music they always play. It just kind of gets me. But yeah, when you see him walking out there and talk to his son, I'm like, oh yeah, he's dead. So for a split second, you're like, but you know, in the movie, it just couldn't happen. It just couldn't happen. It'd be nice, touching, but no. Yeah, he gets a lightsaber right through the chest, falls off. Pretty sure he's dead. You don't survive that kind of thing, especially at his age. Yeah, so I do think that's Kylo Ren's total transition to the dark side now. Yeah, then Chewbacca, murderous rage. You know, like, yeah, even though it's still Han's son, he did have a Wookiee life debt. Yeah, he just goes crazy, starts shooting, gets a good shot on Kylo Ren. But it doesn't seem like you've known this guy your entire lifetime. He had a Wookiee life debt. You think he'd be a little more emotional, but by kind of like near the end, he's co-piloting the Millennium Falcon again. He's like, I'm okay. No problem. He doesn't like grab Luke and just a gigantic Wookiee hug. Maybe he'll do that in the second one. You think he'd probably miss the guy. But yeah, okay, let's talk about a little more about Kylo Ren. I think he was just trying a little too hard. It was kind of felt awkward. He was like an emo, like that guy on Twitter, the emo Kylo Ren. He was kind of emo, like, oh, I hate my parents. Oh, life sucks. I'm going to go to the dark side. I'm going to wear mascara. Yeah, he throws fits all the time. He's a typical teenager. That's what he is. He's a typical teenager. But it just starts coming in. Then let's also talk about the Grand Leader Snoke, which I'm going to think he's going to turn out to be, because the hologram size, like he's gigantic. He's going to be a giant. I think he's more. There's some rumors he's Darth Plagueis, but I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. Because I'm usually one of the Han Solo's kids, when the one turns to the dark side, they eventually just turn back to the light side. It's for because there's a spirit, a dark lord. And why would you actually bring the Jedi Academy on that Yavin 4? There's dark spirits everywhere. That just seems like horrible idea. Horrible idea. Just get that out of the way. But yeah, he just turned from an evil Sith Lord, an ancient Sith Lord. He does turn to the dark side, but eventually does turn back. But yeah, so apparently Snoke somehow turned him to the dark side, or he turned out to the dark side, then found Snoke. Not really too sure on that timeline. But yeah, I actually think he's probably Yoda size or something. That would be adorable, having a little Sith Emperor just about pint size. That would be keep that in mind, Abrams. Keep that in mind. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, then Snoke does say about completing his training. So we'll probably see maybe a training montage, kind of like Rocky in the second episode. Yeah, he never completed his training apparently, which I think you might want to put a priority on that, because apparently we're still going with the Sith rule of 2, which I don't know. I'd kind of like to see kind of like the Sith Empire in the Star Wars: The Old Republic days. Multiple Sith would be pretty awesome. I mean, I don't think this 2 is getting you anywhere, because eventually you're always getting outnumbered. It's not working well for you. It's not working well for you, Empire. Oh yeah, okay. Talk about Snoke. I also want to talk about the damn Death Star. That's what just bothers me. Okay, first thing about, well, would they built another Death Star? Which, J.J. Abrams, if I see another Death Star in another Star Wars movie, I'm just going to lose it. Because, well, this is 100 times bigger than the original Death Star. And we can blow up 4 planets, because it takes, harnesses the power, pretty much drains all the power from the sun, and then shoots it out at about 4 planets. I think it was about 4 planets. Destroys about an entire little solar system at a time. How do you keep getting money for this? I don't know how they got the money for the second. The first one I could see, oh, it's the Empire, the new Galactic Empire, it's the Emperor. I'm sure he's good for it. But then the second one, the first Galactic Empire Bank, who's signing off on this? The second one, we're like, oh, I don't know. That's why maybe they hadn't got it done in time. That's maybe why they didn't get it done. Maybe it was slow getting on the money. Maybe they couldn't get a big enough credit line. But the third one, this is actually a Death Star planet. Death Star planet, mind you. Must have cost a literal fortune. About 18 billion times America's economy. And still, they get funded for it. I just don't understand. Go up to the bank. Oh, I want to build a Death Star. This guy just goes, oh, God, again. Like, there's got to be the worst banker ever. You give him this money. Like, seriously, you need to repo all their Star Destroyers or something. This is just not working. Yeah, so they build this gigantic Death Star again. But once again, I think there must be only one Empire School of Engineering. Or, like, it's all being designed by the same guy. It's like, so we're going to do the usual. We're going to put a trench here. Oh, by the way, we're going to put this station here. If somebody were having to shoot a bunch of torpedoes at it, it's going to blow up the entire planet. Why do we need the trench here? Maybe it has to do something with cooling. Let me know in the comments, guys. Maybe you have a theory. I'm sure somebody can explain the whole thing. But, seriously, like trench for cooling everything. Oh, we'll put some turrets in there. It'll be fine. Every time. They get you every single time. Though, granted, they did have to go inside, blow up the top so they could get in there. But still, it's the same idea of Return of the Jedi. Just, why? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Yeah, so we just, another gazillion dollars down the hole. Like, how does the Empire get credit anymore? Like, if I'm late on a credit card, my credit card score goes down. I can't even imagine if I blew up a Death Star. That'd be like blowing up 1 million of your houses or something. Like, oh, we just can't. No, we don't trust you with a credit card anymore. Oh, that is crazy. Okay, like what else we'll talk about. Yeah, it was nice to see C-3PO and R2-D2. Though I didn't see it much. It was mostly near the end. Yeah, seeing C-3PO. Though, why does he have the red arm? I like a little flashback to that to figure out. Just give me, J.J. Abrams, give me like a minute. 30 seconds. Just, there's a story there. I want to hear about it. Maybe one of those standalone movies. Just let me know what happened. Kind of curious. I'll even read an extended universe book. If you want. I just want to know. I just want to know. But okay. Another thing I want to talk about. Carrie Fisher. I know Carrie Fisher's been getting a lot of crap. I think she did a pretty good job. I mean, come on, guys. She's getting up there in age. I mean, she's not going to look Leia in the slave girl outfit. I mean, that's not going to happen. I'm sure she probably didn't want CGI. That's just, no. Let's just go out with some dignity here. She did a really, really good job. Though her voice has kind of aged. It's okay. This happens. I mean, her voice has aged horribly. Quite frankly. It's the only way to put it. So that was kind of a little bit dampening on her acting skills, but still, pretty awesome job. One more thing I want to talk about, because I'm kind of gunning already on 20 minutes here. I could probably go for like hours, get a chalkboard, discuss all this theories and stuff. But I want to hear your guys' theories too. So be sure to listen to the comments there. Let's talk about new Rogue Squadron, the new Rogue Squadron, because Wedge isn't in there. I think he's probably got some cushy just job. Maybe this may be the unofficial Rogue Squadron, maybe Rogue Squadron, because there was going to be a standalone movie of Rogue Squadron, so that may be a whole different. I think Poe is probably going to be in that one, but a whole different line of guys. And they got the guy from Heroes, and they're awesome. I didn't even think he was in that going to be in the movie. I'm like, oh my god, you're the new Porkins, because he is a little chubby. No offense, man. No offense. He's a little chubby. I'm like, it's the new Porkins. But, yeah. Rogue Squadron, pretty good. Yeah, I did take down those TIE fighters. I wouldn't want to be a TIE fighter pilot. Gotta be the worst job. But overall, guys, let me know what you think about the movie. I personally just really thought it was really good. It did pay a little bit too much. Like, the cons, a little too much homage to the earlier films. Like, it just kind of was almost like, look at this, you remember this from your childhood. A little bit like that. But it was okay. It's understandable, the first one. Just as long as I don't get an insane amount of it. And I would like a little bit more of the backstory, what happened in the last 20 years, to be explained a little bit. But I think we'll get that a little bit more in the second film. But alright, guys, that is my time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, hit that sub button, and I will see you in the next video.